A wealthy businessman who lived abroad had always wanted to do something meaningful for his hometown in Pakistan. With a generous heart and a lot of money, he decided to build a mosque as a charity project. He visited his village and searched for land. Eventually he found an empty plot that seemed perfect. Without investigating what had existed there before, he purchased it and began construction immediately. Soon the mosque was completed and people started praying there peacefully. But peace did not last long. After a few weeks, the night guard began experiencing strange things. At first, he heard the sound of a horse running in the distance during the quiet nights. Then he began hearing a woman crying softly. And sometimes in the dead silence, there was the faint and heartbreaking sound of a baby crying beneath the ground. Terrified, the guard reported it to the villagers, but no one believed him. They thought he was imagining things or trying to scare people. Eventually the pressure became too much and he left his job. Another guard was hired. At first he kept quiet about what he heard. But soon he experienced the same terrifying sounds: hoofbeats of a horse, a woman's sorrowful crying, and the eerie cry of a baby coming from beneath the mosque. Still the people refused to believe him. One cold night, around 2 or 3 in the morning, as the mosque stood silent under the dark sky, the guard saw an old man standing at the gate. Surprised, he asked, "What are you doing here at this time, uncle?" The old man smiled and asked calmly, "Are you the one guarding this mosque?" "Yes," the guard replied cautiously. The old man's smile slowly faded. "Do you know what was buried beneath this land before this mosque was built?" A chill ran down the guard's spine. He looked down and his heart dropped. The old man had no feet. Panicking, the guard stepped back and said, "What do you want?" "I'm just doing my job." "What did we do wrong?" The old man's expression turned dark and frightening.
"I am a Jinn," he said, "and beneath this mosque were my children. This land was once my home. You humans destroyed it without knowing the truth. You took everything from me," the Jinn continued. "Now I will not let your prayers be peaceful."
Suddenly he vanished into the darkness. The next morning the terrified guard told everyone what had happened. This time people believed him. Fearing the situation, they called an imam to resolve the matter. That night the imam came to the mosque alone and called out into the silence. The Jinn appeared and repeated the same story. The imam listened calmly and offered peace in return for an end to the disturbances. But the Jinn demanded revenge, something dark and filled with blood. The imam refused to harm any innocent life. Instead he offered a sacrifice of a lamb. After a long silence, the Jinn agreed. From that night onward the disturbances stopped. The mosque became peaceful again. But even today some say that on silent nights, the air around the mosque feels different, as if something unseen is still watching from beneath the ground. Hit that like button if this gave you chills and subscribe for more stories like this. And comment below, what would you have done in the guard's place?